Lisa, I'm so excited to meet you and to be here for the past 4 days. And I just want you to make your free introduction. And listening, most probably, are young girls in Africa, our coordinators, and other people who just want to learn about your generosity, especially to one of our girls, Esther. So introduce yourself the way you feel like comfortable.
I'm Lisa Nitze, and I met Betty on a bus ride in Senegal. And we sat next to each other and we were talking about things that were important to us. And one of the things that was important to her was a girl that she had mentored and taken care of for years, and who she felt would really benefit from going to college in the United States. And so we had a wonderful 3 hours together, and we talked about all sorts of things that were important to us, including that. And I thought, if there's something I can do to help find a place for this girl that Betty cares so much about and thinks is so important in the United States, I will try and do that. So it took me a couple of years, and eventually we figured out how to do it. And we got this girl named Esther Saidi to the United States. And she came and she went to school first in a school in the South. And she did so well there that it was clear that she needed to go to a more challenging school, and so my husband and I encouraged her to apply to a school further north, and my sons helped her with her applications and other things, and she got accepted into the honors program of a very good school here in Washington, D.C., called American University. And we spent time with her talking about whether she wanted to stay at the school in the South that she had started at, or whether she wanted to come here. And she decided to come here, which was a courageous move on her part because she didn't know us all that well. And so she came here in her junior year in college. She lived at our house, and she lived here for 3 years while she went to her sophomore and junior and senior year in college. And she was in the honors program at American University, and she did extremely well. And she was a part of our family, and it was a great treat for us. It was an honor, and it was a gift to be able to share our lives with her, to have her enrich our lives, and to have our children have a sister. We have 3 sons, and we have no girls in our family, and so Esther was our girl that we never had, which was a huge treat. And she's just graduated, so it's a wonderful moment for us. She's graduated. She's going on to an excellent job in New York City with one of the top companies in the United States. She's going to be working for Ernst & Young, and she is going to be working in New York City. And it's been a wonderful period for us to have gained a daughter and to have had a new person in our family that we embraced, and to have had her give us as much as we have given her, and to wish her well in her next steps, and to know that she will always be a part of our family moving forward, and that we love her very much.
And I just want to dwell on people helping people. You are in America, and you just got moved by a story of a girl in Africa. I just want to know, what is it that really got into you to say, now I must let financial assistance go, because it's a lot of money. And if you don't mind, you can tell us how expensive the tuitions were. You can tell us more nitty-gritties, because educating a girl is top agenda of every issue from United Nations, US government, UK government, G8 countries. Education of girls is now the new song. So you took up to do what governments do. Tell me what really it takes, and also how hard it was, how expensive, and what investment you think that made.
Well, I think you do these things because you are moved by a story. And I'm a very big believer that storytelling and good stories are what motivate people. And Betty was very compelling about the fact that Esther was a very, very special girl. So I went home and I thought, my goodness, all of the things we have in the United States, all of the things we have as a family, all of the things we've been given, if there's a very, very special girl who should have the opportunity for an education, that we have the ability financially to provide an education to, there's something the matter with us if we don't try to figure out how to do it. So I didn't know how to find visas for Africans to come to the United States, and I had no idea how to figure out all of those things. But there was a man who had seen Betty on television winning an award. And
on CNN.
Yeah, on the CNN Heroes. And so he said, well, I will figure out how to do the visa thing if you will figure out, if you will agree to be the financial sponsor and all of that. And so it was a great partnership. And when we got Esther here, we said, well, it'd be wonderful to have her here for an education. But she got here, and then we sort of realized that probably she had not had not necessarily had the doctor's visits and the dentist visits and the other kinds of things that normally kids have before they're going to university. So we sent her to the doctor and we sent her to the dentist, which were the first time that she had ever done that. And she needed all sorts of things, which we were happy to help her with. And then we realized she needed computer, and she needed clothes, and she needed shoes, and she needed other things. And bringing someone to the United States to go to school involves much more than them going to school. It involves really having another child. And that was something that we had not thought through fully, and became clear to us as a choice that we had. And Esther won our hearts because she came into our house the first time, and she knelt down by our bookcase, and she was touching all of our books, and she wanted to read all of our books, and she wanted to know about all of our books. And the power of a child who was so excited about the opportunity to learn and the opportunity to read and the opportunity to find new things in books and to talk to people about ideas was so wonderful that we all fell in love with her. So, our family very quickly bought into the idea of giving Esther whatever she needed. And we all had fun figuring out what are the great books that one should read and what are the great books that one should know about. And if one's going to be going to college in the United States and be able to be conversant in the ideas that everyone else is conversant in, what are the things you should have read? And it was fun because we put together a reading list for Esther, and she read everything. She read, a book every 2 or 3 days, and she loved all the things that we love, and she is a true intellect. So Esther's gifts to us have been the equivalent of our gifts to her. But we felt that it was important that not only Esther come to the United States and get an opportunity to be exposed to learning opportunities, but also that if she was going to be here, that she learned things that were going to be safe for her. So we insisted that she learn how to swim. We insisted that she learn how to ride a bike so she could get around. We insisted that she learn how to drive a car. We insisted that she learn how to do a number of things that were going to mean that she had the skills we felt were necessary to be functional in any place that she went, whether she went back to Zimbabwe or stayed in the United States or went anywhere else. So our children and us spent time teaching Esther how to do all of these things. So, Esther became a part of our family, and we loved her, and she loved the things that we loved, which were around learning. But we were pretty clear about the fact that if she wanted to be a part of our family and have us funding her education, she needed to follow through on things that we thought were critical for her well-being, like learning how to swim, so that she could be safe if she was on the water.
And how are you feeling now? The journey is almost done, and there's a new beginning to a new life. What are you feeling now as the sponsor, as the mom, as the family, as a sister, as a friend, as everything that a human being needed to attain such high quality education?
We were very tough. I was very tough on Esther because she needed to conquer a lot of challenges if she was going to achieve her goals. Mm-hmm. So I was very clear with her about the fact that life isn't fair and that some people have opportunities and some people don't. But if you want something and you reach out and you grab it, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So in the United States, that's the truth. Mm-hmm. And that's why I had thought that Esther was someone that would benefit from being in the United States. And in fact, she has, instead of being frightened by those challenges, she has risen to them. Mm-hmm. So, given that, she is positioned now to be very, very successful in the United States. Mm-hmm. She is positioned to be very successful in her job. She's positioned to be very successful in all the things she does. So from my standpoint, I feel happy that she has risen to the challenge. She has achieved her goals, and she is positioned to achieve the goals moving forward. Mm-hmm. And I have no question that she will.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Lisa. words are not going to be enough to say thank you, but I think every girl, every leader out there has learned simple acts of kindness that can bring results. So we take the thank you to you, and I'm sure everybody can hear that we are thanking you. What are your final words that you want to say? What is your advice to girls in Africa about education, even if they are not in America, but also from your words they can also learn?
What I always say when I am speaking in public about this is that if you want something badly enough, you figure out how to get it. And it doesn't come from anything but hard work and respect for the people that can help you get there, and initiative and courage and determination. So you get what you get what you work for.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and we carry that message to every girl out there. So thank you.
Yeah.